Good evening and welcome to the first of three meetings this evening. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove. At this time, we will convene our Board of Sanitation meeting. Second item on the agenda is roll call by the Clerk Treasurer, and I'll ask each participant to introduce themselves.
Dan McMillan, Clerk Treasurer.
Ed Bell, thank you. The reading of the minutes will be tabled until the next meeting. That is due to Ed was not at the last meeting, so therefore he has no understanding of what went on at the meeting for the record. And Sandy is not available this evening for consultation, so we will table the minutes until the April 15th meeting. And we'll move to approval of claims. The first docket of claims is wastewater manual claims. These are claims that do not require board approval prior to being paid. Tonight we have 2 pages of claims in the amount of $21,354.44. The floor is open for comments or questions.
Mayor, I've already went through that and I have no problem with it.
All right. If there are no questions or comments, I'll ask for a motion to approve the wastewater manual claims in the amount of $21,354.44.
I'll make said motion.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye and the motion carries. Next docket of claims are regular wastewater claims. These are claims that require board approval prior to being paid. Tonight we have 1 page of claims in the amount of $6,188.45. Floor is open for questions or comments.
Once again, Mayor, I've went through this. Nothing really popped out. But any surprise?
If there's no questions or comments, I'll ask for a motion to approve the wastewater regular claims in the amount of $6,188.45.
I'll make said motion.
Second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye and the motion carries. There is no unfinished business carried over from the previous meeting. We have no new business this evening, and there is no miscellaneous business, including any matters not already considered by this board. Comments from board members, Ed?
I have none.
I have no comments either. With that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make said motion.
I second the motion. The meeting is adjourned at 6:01. We will meet again in this room on Monday, April the 15th, 2013 at 6 p.m. Thank you. We will reconvene in 5 minutes.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening and welcome to the second of 3 meetings this evening. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove, and at this time we will convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. In lieu of a roll call, I will ask each member to identify themselves.
Dan McMillan, Clerk Treasurer.
Ed Bell.
And to the far left is Brian Pearson. Brian is an engineer with United Consulting, and he is going to oversee the bid process this evening. That will be down under new business. We will table the minutes from the previous meeting due to board member Sandy Stewart not being available this evening, and Ed was not at our last meeting, so we will carry those minutes over to the next meeting. We'll move to approval of claims. The first docket of claims are corporate manual claims. These are claims that do not require board approval prior to being paid. Tonight we have 18 pages of claims in the amount of $641,329.76. That's a rather large number, but the majority of that constitutes 2 payrolls for the City of Beech Grove. So with that, we will open the floor up for questions or comments. Ed?
Well, it took me a while to go through that, but you're right, it is mostly payroll, so I do not have any problem with it.
If there's no other questions or comments, I'll ask for a motion to approve the corporate manual claims in the amount of $641,329.76.
I'll make said motion, Mayor.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye and the motion carries. Move over to corporate regular claims. These are claims that require board approval prior to being paid. Tonight, we have 3 pages of claims in the amount of $88,047.03. The floor is open for questions or comments.
Well, once again, I went through and nothing really stood out. It's up on the board. I don't have any problem.
Okay, I had a couple of items that I talked with the clerk about today, and I think those will be worked out concerning local roads and streets and the 2012 bond, which is rapidly being completed. So with that, if there's no other questions or comments, I'll ask for a motion to approve the corporation regular claims in the amount of $88,047.03.
I'll make said motion.
I second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. At this time, we will alter the agenda. We will go to new business, including introduction of resolutions, contracts, and other business. And we will proceed with bid openings for the 2013 paving project. So with that, Bill, or Brian, did you want to talk briefly about the process so far and how we've got to here?
Sure. We've done some resurfacing work last year in 2012. This year we've come up with a new list of priority streets and put together a set of plans to add asphalt resurfacing, no curb, no sidewalk work, just roadway resurfacing for 7 or 8 different streets around the city, just various locations where the pavement needed it the worst. Now we prepared the bid documents. Several contractors have looked through the documents and provided a bid for us to open and see who the lowest bidder is.
So we are ready to proceed with the bid openings. The award will not be this evening. It will be at the next meeting on April the 15th. So tonight we will open the bids and then turn them over to United Consulting for review and further comment. Ed, who's the first bid?
The first bid will be Milestone Contractors. Okay, they have a bid came in at $397,000 even.
Did everybody hear that? $397,000. Okay. Next one, Ed.
Next one is E&B Paving. All right, their bid comes in at $417,000. Next one is Calumet. Their bid is $378,000. Next one is Grady Brothers. Theirs come in at $359,256. Next one is Global Asphalt Paving. Well, they made this one tough. Theirs came in at $421,784.70.
Okay, do that again. What was it, Ed?
$421,784.70.
Okay.
The last is Reese Riley. They came in at $445,203.65.
Okay, any more bids?
That is all, sir.
Okay, what we will do now, and I appreciate everybody submitting a bid. We will turn these bid packets over to United Consulting. They will go through them over the next 2 weeks, and then at the April 15th meeting, in this room here at 6 p.m., they will make a recommendation of what bid we should accept. So thanks to everyone who submitted a bid for this project. We'll move up to item 5, unfinished business carried over from previous meetings. Beech Grove Little League Parade update. Chief Schwartz and Bob Scott, could you step forward? Give us, the board, an update on where we're at with the parade. That mic is not working, so if you want to just come up.
That's fine. My name is Bob Scott, and I'm representing the Beech Grove Little League and the girls softball. And every year we ask for permission to have a parade for opening day, which is Saturday, April 27th. And I don't know even how many years this thing's been going on, but I know it's been going on for 12 that I've been involved with. This year, of course, with the Main Street renovation, we are required, we'll have to look at an alternate route. And I met with Chief Schwartz last week, and we proposed an alternative for and I'll get to that in a second, but the date is Saturday, April 27th. We start the parade at 9 a.m. And we always stage at 8. There could potentially be up to 500 kids. We never know. Hopefully the weather's good. On behalf of the softball and the Little League, I always want to do a shout out to the police department, fire department, and the 6 city parks and sanitation and the Board of Safety and Works for all the work on the barricades and everything. We've always had a safe route, and I appreciate it very much. We may have some participation from the Shriners. We always welcome them because they're youth, whether they're family, youth, community-oriented group, and they always bring smiles with whatever they provide. We want to recommend that you stretch your arm for your opening day pitch, Mayor, and for other...
Are you serious? Really?
Sure.
You know, last year I threw it 10 feet.
It's okay. Well, we know we can get at least 12 out of you this year. You know, I have a recommendation for a national anthem singer for the Little League. It's a local neighbor. I think everybody would like it. However, I'm open to suggestions if someone has one. I mean, that's an important part of our for opening day ceremonies, which are later after the parade. Dan, I'll get you electronic copies so you can put it on the web and also perhaps on the television as well. The parade route, I was really open to whatever Chief Schwartz recommended. You're in close contact with the parks and everybody that puts the barricades up and the fire department. So what he had suggested was that we stage at Sarah Bolton Park, and we put all the kids together down there by the south end of that ball diamond, and we travel up the hill to Churchman. At that point, the fire department will lead the boys down Churchman over to 9th, south to Hartman Park. And then there'll also be a fire department escort for the girls straight up 13th Street to Buffalo. And while that is a little bit more in the mainstream avenues of traffic, it's really less barricades. It affords parents that have kids in both programs to see them be together, and so I was willing to go with that route. And if you'd like to speak to the safety of that, that's perfectly fine.
I think as far as the staging area in the park, we can close it off south of the bridge and close off 13th and Churchman. It affords the parents a drop-off area. They can enter off of 15th or off of Man and go to the parking lot and park and leave their vehicles, or drop off and the kids can cross the bridge and get into the area that they need to be into. And the parade itself, I think, might be a little intrusive, but I think it can end quick enough for people, and they give alternative routes. We have volunteers that are going to help man the barricades along with the police and fire for the safety of everybody that participates.
Chief, I got a question. I see the parade route, so what comes in mind though, since we're going Churchman to 9th and 9th all the way down, obviously you're going to have officers to redirect traffic. If they're wanting to get over on the other side of town, you know, the west side rather than the east, are you going to be able to direct, you know, properly, or are they going to go up Alton or some alternative there, or, you know, how are you going to do that?
Once we get this closed off, as far as 9th and Churchman, they can go to 4th or 8th or might F just sit there for a while. If they're coming northbound on 9th, they get redirected to Elm and over to 4th. There will be people manning the barricades that can direct them around the parade if they need to get around.
And historically, the only time that we stop that traffic, but it's just when those youth are nearby and when they pass. So that can span 15 to 20 minutes. And I will do a flyer to every team and ask them to, you know, respect a short distance between each team, but keep up the pace. We don't want straggling going on in this particular, you know, ever, but this particular year especially.
That's good. Thank you.
Any other questions, Ed?
No.
Chief, are you comfortable this is as safe as we can get it?
Yes, I think this is a good, safe route.
And you also talked with Officer Satchel, I'm sorry, and he's helped us a lot for the parade too, so they worked together on this route. Thought it would be the easiest and safest.
Okay. Any other questions or comments, Ed?
Well, no, well, yeah, one though, you mentioned the Shriners and so forth. Where are they going to stage, and are they going to split and go both directions?
I leave that up to them,
Okay.
depending on what they want to do. They typically the Little League, up until 2 years ago, I hadn't seen the girls softball participate. I guess years ago they may have, but if we have enough participation from the Murat Shriners, I highly recommend they go both ways. I like to see them participate. You know, the kids love it, and weather is always a factor. If there's any chance of rain, they just cannot participate.
Right.
But it's open. One year we had the Mini Mystics, we had the 500 Club, but we had the motorcycle drill team, and this turned out to be a big parade. So if that happens, what we do I prepare 7:30 and find out what's participating, and then I'll work with the police department to make sure that we've got things staged in an appropriate fashion. And we always lead the kids. All automobile traffic is always in front of the kids. So if they can go both ways, I think that'd be great.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Ed, why don't we go ahead and approve the parade route? Motion to approve the parade route presented by the chief and the Little League.
I will make said motion.
I'll second it. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I vote
Thank you
aye,
very
and the
much.
motion carries.
Thanks on behalf of the kids. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll make sure I fire that electronic email to
On
all.
a sidebar, are you inconvenienced much by the construction?
I'm not. Obviously, we recognize the benefits to the community. It's been a project long overdue as a community resident for 20 years. Personally, as a resident, I'm doing okay with it. We seem to find parking okay with my neighbors. On behalf of the parade and the kids, they're just thrilled that we give them a chance to have a parade. I'd hate to have them be the ones that never had one. So, and I think that that's just typifies the community, I think, and we're all helping each other. We know it's going to be kind of a bear for a little while, but we're all looking forward to the fall festival and next year's parade. And who knows, we can make it really big.
I hope so. Thanks, Bob.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Next order of unfinished business is the fire department agreement with the city. At this time, we'll ask Aaron Janetti to come up to refresh the community. One of the outstanding things with the agreement with the 416 was on page 17, section 2, subsection C, minimum staffing per shift. During the presentation, it said 9, but that's been corrected to 8. So Aaron, can you go back through that, please?
Yes, it said 9 for minimum staffing, and I was taking into account if we had a civilian paramedic present, that would make 9 as the minimum staffing. However, after speaking with the mayor and looking at the staffing, we only have 1 civilian paramedic per shift, so that wouldn't work if that person took off and then we had another person on vacation. So we ended up having to just change it back to 8 firefighters to make it square, even, a lot simpler, easy to read. So that's the only change we did make.
We have Ed, do you have any questions for Aaron?
I saw the change on that.
Okay, I want to meet in the next couple of weeks. We have a couple of questions on the agreement. I don't want to hold it up, but we have some questions on it. So what we'll do tonight is go ahead and ask for a motion to approve section 2, subsection C as presented.
I will make said motion, Mayor.
I will second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye and the motion carries.
So now I think completely passed.
So now, and then we'll meet within the next couple of weeks to go through a couple of things.
Can I ask you guys to sign 2 different copies so we have a signed copy too for our records?
Do you want to wait until Sandy gets back?
Yeah, but I want to give you the second copy
Oh.
that's been signed just so that you guys have both. So if you guys get a chance to do it.
Oh, okay, just leave it there, we'll get it. All right. There is no other new business to bring forward. So comments are from board members. Ed?
I have no comment tonight.
I have none either. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make said motion.
Second, we will be adjourned at 6:24 p.m. The next meeting is Monday, April the 15th, 2013, in this room at 6 p.m. Thank you so much.